Good morning. We are very excited about our guest today, who is a gentleman who really comes from Canada, I understand. He is the president of the channel partners in North America for Xerox. Please welcome Karl Boissonneault. Welcome, Karl.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Thanks for the opportunity. Glad to finally have the opportunity to have this chat with you.
Well, it's our pleasure. We had the pleasure of interviewing Karl, and we're going to ask him some questions about that were discussed during the interview that I think would be of interest to our audience. Hopefully, it adds some dimension and gives our audience a better understanding of who this gentleman is and his feelings, because obviously Xerox is in a position where they're doing some very interesting things. And in this environment, anybody who's doing something interesting should be paid attention to. So anyway, Karl, let's get started. One of the first things you spoke about was this GTM organization at Xerox. Could you explain to our audience what GTM is all about?
Yeah, sounds good. So GTM stands for go-to-market. So that's effectively how we've organized ourselves to go to market and sell our products to end users. And so if I take a step back, Frank, when we closed the Lexmark deal last year, mid-year, the journey began by kind of bringing the teams together from a shared services functions perspective. So think of supply chain, finance, HR, all the supporting functions kind of came together as we started to integrate both companies. And you would hear our CEO says this often, yes, we acquired Lexmark, but we are really integrating the best of both as we go forward. And you can see this at all levels. Even our executive committee now has a healthy balance of people coming from Lexmark and Xerox. But to go back to your question, and you'll see this as well, we've now organized ourselves across 4 regions globally. So we have a North American region, we have a Western European region, we have an Asia Pacific region, which is new for Xerox, right? We've penetrated that now with the acquisition of Lexmark. And we also have what we call international operations, which would be South America, Africa, and the Middle East, and Eastern Europe. So those are the 4 regions we have across Western Europe and North America. In both those regions, we have divided how we go to market between named accounts, so people who are selling directly to end users, and channels, so indirect sales. So I lead indirect sales for North America, and a gentleman named Clay Mooring leads named accounts or direct sales for all of North America as well. Clay Mooring was the previous managing director for Lexmark Americas. He ran all of Lexmark. So Clay and I both run North America. We have Thomas and Danny in Western Europe who do the same. Thomas leading the channels and Danny leading our direct business. Both are Lexmarkers. And Dave Dias and Mandeep run international ops and Asia Pac respectively. Now, the 6 of us are also supported with 3 global leaders. Our first being Terry Antonora, who you know, Frank, who leads our production business globally. So Terry's in charge of production and the product offering globally, supporting all 6 of us. There's a lady called Cindy Arbo who runs our inside sales. So we're moving to sales motions in the entry-level space where we're leading on virtual sales to go and help improve our coverage through partners, and I'll get back to that. And then last but not least, you've heard me say this at several events now, and we've been advocating this as it's part of our reinvention strategy, but Xerox is determined to move a higher percentage of its print business from a direct sale motion to an indirect sale motion, meaning through channels or distribution as well. So we've appointed as such a lady called Yolanda Cambreros, who runs our global distribution business. So our business with distributors is becoming even more significant globally. So we just felt it was appropriate to have someone leading these relationships globally with us. So the 9 of us are effectively what make up the go-to-market for Xerox as we go forward. That's very much of an internal motion to describe to you. Ultimately, what does it mean for our clients is we're focused on, our direct teams are focused on enterprise segments, public sector segments, and accounts with 250 employees and above. Everything SMB is mostly shifting to a channel coverage model through dealers and agents. But even the enterprise space and the federal space, our strategy going forward is to really bring the Lexmark way of doing business in those accounts, which is, you have the OEM going with the partner at the end user, trying to gain, synergies by showing up together to have a better chance of winning the business. And then our direct business would get eventually fulfilled through dealers. So Lexmark did a great job at that. Xerox didn't do much of that. So we're shifting to this model where effectively we want to be more present with our clients. We want to be able to sell the mix shifts. So sell more production, sell more A4, sell more of IT services, sell more digital services. That's where our direct team is going to be focused on. Our channel partners will be focused on fulfilling a lot of that print business, but also increasing our coverage in the SMB mid-market space, which is the largest market in North America. So that's effectively how we've organized ourselves. That came into effect on April 1st. And I got to say, so far, we're really excited about it. And we're seeing some early successes as well. So that's how we're structured as we go forward from a go-to-market perspective.
Well, that's very interesting. The one thing that has kind of intrigued me with our audience, they don't think of you as an international company. And that I am so surprised, because I had one of our readers, he got in touch with a dealer friend, really, more than a reader. Yep. And we were talking about Xerox, and he was saying, how do you think they're going to be doing with taking on a company like Lexmark? I said, are you not recalling that they were an international company, that they'll probably be able to introduce Lexmark to some very good distribution around the world?
That's right.
And I've never thought about that.